Radio Rahim here with the chairman of the board, Top Ranks Bob Arum. Obviously, Manny Pacquiao, Timothy Bradley is set to go April 9th, and now we're here for the undercard. You've got Arthur Abraham coming out of the UK, Gilberto Ramirez. They're headlining the co-main event. Talk to me about how this fight came together and how it makes the card better.
Well, it's a great card. Arthur Abraham is coming out of Germany, not the UK, and he would take offense to saying he come out of the UK. He's a terrific fighter. He's been a long-time champion. This is a big opportunity for Gilberto to win the fight, and it's a terrific fight. Valdez and Gradovich is a crossroads fight. Should be a terrific event. And Jose Ramirez, I've never seen a young fighter get such a following so quickly in an area that really hasn't been a hotbed of boxing. The San Joaquin area has been, turned into the best boxing fans in the world for him. So that's great, and I can't wait to see these guys all show how good they are on April 9th.
Stacking undercards has become, the new thing. For a while, everybody was complaining that the undercards didn't have any action on them. This is another one that does. Are you at all looking forward to one of these undercard fights more than any of the others? Is there one that stands out in your mind that people should tune in for?
Well, Gilberto Ramirez fighting for a world title. He would be the first Mexican to win a world title in a division as heavy as super middleweight. That means something. That's historic. So let's see if he can do it. Arthur Abraham is a tough customer. I think that fight is probably the most significant fight on the card, on the undercard, and probably rivals a Pacquiao Bradley in significance.
Now, that fight breaking some ground for Hispanics, Mexicans in particular, and every time I see you at the podium promoting this card, you talk about Mexicans and your support of them, and in particular, your aversion to Donald Trump. So since it is political season, you've made these comments. What is it about the Donald Trump campaign or him personally that gets your aisles?
Well, I'm really angry and I'm offended as an American of statements that he made. I mean, the Hispanic people who live here, citizens, undocumented, are terrific, hardworking people, and they should be treated with respect and not demeaned the way he's done it. And I'm not going to, as an American, I'm just not going to take it. Sports should be non-political, but I think this is more than just political. This is not really political. I have no real axe to grind against guys like John Kasich or Jeb Bush. They have philosophies that may be a little different from mine, but they're not being offensive to a group of people. And, this man, Trump, what he said about Mexicans, what he said about immigrants is disgraceful, just as it is disgraceful for somebody who's running for president to say that there be a religious test as far as giving visas to people coming into this country. That's horrible. That's horrible. The one thing we don't do in this country, you should read the First Amendment, unless he wants to change it, is to have a religious test. I just really riles me. Now, maybe I shouldn't get that upset. Maybe I should say the man is a putz, and he'll know what that means coming from New York. But he's running for president, and he won in New Hampshire, and we got to put a stop to this nonsense.
You guys are of the same generation. With all the business you've done in New York and Las Vegas, you must have crossed paths at some point over the years. People wonder if this is a real act from Trump, or is this something that he's genuine? What is your feeling on that? Have you had any personal interaction with this man?
Oh, I've known Donald since the 70s. I've done a business with him and so forth, and I don't think that's an act. I mean, Donald is a salesman, and he's appealing to the worst bigotry in this country, and there are bigots in this country. And the fact that he might not believe what he says makes it even worse for me. Because if you, in order to sell your product, appeal to bigots, you're doing a horrible disservice. You know, if you're a stupid guy and you're a bigot and you say things, well, you're a bigot, but at least you believe it. I don't think he can believe this nonsense. I really don't.
You know, the next primary is in Las Vegas, a place where you've made your home, your business. Where does Bob Arum lean politically? Who do you see that you would like to support to stop this Trump, as you say we have to do?
Well, you know, I'm not going to be able to stop him in Nevada. I hope my fellow citizens will, because I'm a Democrat and I'm going to caucus for Hillary, because I'm a little upset with that too. But that's politics. I mean, all these women who've been talking for years about being feminists and all of that sort of stuff, and then they sell a woman down the river because Santa Grandpa is going to give him all the free stuff that he has no idea how he's going to pay for, is something to me that shows shockingly how much their feminism really meant.
That's a big question. Obviously, you're talking about New Hampshire. Bernie did win, like, women overall, not just young. Why do you think that is, though?
Because he's given away everything. Free college, free medical care, free everything free. Okay, that's great, man. That's great. Everybody loves Santa Claus. How is he going to pay for it? Well, even if he taxes people like me at the 90% rate, there's not enough money to pay for it. It's nonsense. Sanders is as much as a demagogue as Trump is. They're saying things that are ludicrous. At least Sanders is not insulting people. He's just promising stuff that he can never deliver. That no way they could deliver it. And Trump is being vicious to people. So that's worse. But both of them are demagogues. They are demagogues.
You're obviously passionate on this issue, so if you allow me to go down this road a little bit further, if you had to take your Democrat hat off and I slammed a Republican hat on there, that's an uncomfortable fit, but you had to go with somebody other than
good Republican. I like John Kasich. I think he would be a good president. He's a good man, and his philosophy is a little different from mine, but he's rational and he compromises, and he would be a good president. I think Jeb Bush would be a good president. I think Rubio might need some seasoning, but he would be okay as a president. But, you know, as far as Donald Trump and Ted Cruz and the neurosurgeon, I mean, you got to be kidding me.
Bob Arum, I appreciate the time, man. Always a pleasure to talk to you. Radio Rahim with none other than the chairman of the board, Bob Arum, top rank.
Thank you.